From their first meeting to finally getting together in Season 7, Eddie and Jamie have given Blue Bloods fans a lot of entertainment. Tom Selleck doesn't seem to be too fond of them though. Yeah, the legendary actor has made some controversial comments about the pair, and it looks like even though Frank Reagan, Jamie's dad, gave his blessing to the couple at the beginning of Season 9, the actor behind the character was a little more skeptical about the pair. According to Tom, the romance didn't have any place on a show about police procedures and crime-related drama. Honestly, even though I'm a huge Jamco fan, I do understand where he's coming from. I mean, the show's interesting because it follows the Reagan clan and explores the way they work in different areas of law enforcement. This system is already a goldmine of drama, and the show has never been short on cool, suspenseful plot lines.
You took away anti-crime. You cut my numbers in the field and in the budget.
I had no choice with
5 times for aggravated harassment and assault, but gets released every time.
And he's been in and out of mental hospitals his whole life.
If you want to understand what Tom thinks though, you have to look no further than 2 words that he said when asked to give his thoughts on the pair. That's right, he simply said, "Remember moonlighting?" And well, he may have left it at that. I'm gonna go ahead and do a deep dive into the meaning behind these words. Now, for a lot of the younger fans of the show, you guys probably haven't heard of the show that started Bruce Willis's career. Yeah, Moonlighting was a cop show from back in the 80s. And it featured Willis's character David and his co-star Sybil Shepherd's character Maddie. The show was way ahead of the curve in trying to have drama, romance, and every other sort of genre you could think of in one serial. It was one of the earliest dramedies, and it got a pretty mixed reception. Yeah, it was a cop show, as I mentioned before, but it also followed the romance between David and Maddie, and while some fans loved it, others weren't too fond of it. On one hand, Maddie and David were being touted as one of the best couples on TV, and on the other, some fans were very annoyed at how the romance distracted from the police element of the show. Yep, I don't think it's any mystery which of these 2 camps Selleck belongs to. He's one of the people that found the romance forced and cheesy. But hey, he's just one guy, right? Wrong. His opinion on this pair is a huge deal, and one of the reasons is, of course, that he's Tom Selleck.
Any update on that mother's boy in the hospital?
Eli Chesnick had surgery to remove the bullet.
Car plate was altered, but we were able to locate him using a bumper sticker and an anonymous tip.
Yeah, he's not just some random cast member or even a huge star that makes guest appearances. No, he's a huge star that's also one of the most dynamic, well-liked, and entertaining characters on the show. Even when the show is going through periods of bad writing or just general rating issues, you can bet that Selleck's star power will keep fans tuning in. He's essentially to Blue Bloods what Kevin Costner is to Yellowstone. Yeah, he's that big name that instantly attracts fans. Plus, his character is genuinely one of the best things about the show. So, naturally, his being unhappy with appearing on the show is a huge deal, and could even have consequences. But this isn't the only reason that this is big news. It's not just about Selleck, but also about the pair in question that he's got an issue with. Yeah, Tom expressing concern about any aspect of the show would put the fans on high alert, but this specific pairing is special, and the big man at the Blue Bloods studio having an issue with this pair is especially spicy. The reason is that Jamie and Eddie are right up there with Frank as some of the most well-liked characters of the show. They've been the source of lots of dynamic plot lines, and what's more is that the fans love the chemistry between these 2. In fact, fans had been wanting to see this couple finally confirmed on screen for ages.
Yeah, and hate crimes.
All crimes are hate crimes. No such thing as love crime. You have to ask him.
Does that mean that the mayor is pissed at you?
That's exactly what it means.
From Season 4 to Season 7, we were all dying just to see Jamco become a reality. So, knowing that one of our favorite things about the show, Tom, isn't on the Jamco train is really concerning. Honestly, I'm glad we got to see this romance despite Selleck's reservations, because with such a huge force on the show being against it, we might never have seen it happen. Now, you might be wondering if Will Estes or Vanessa Ray, the actors who play Eddie and Jamie, have had anything to say about their co-stars' comments. And you'd be surprised, because Will agreed with Tom about the romance. That's right, he also thought it was a bad idea.
Gonna be tough to make good on that with less police and less money.
I'm not discussing rolling back policies with you.
I am not going to stand next to you and pretend your policies are working when they are not.
Yeah, policies, plural.
Although, well, Tom thought it was a bad idea because it would distract from the actual essence of the show, Will's reasoning was a little bit different. Yeah, he's one of us, guys. He's been on board with the Jamco ship, but he didn't want to confirm it so soon. Yeah, because 7 seasons is too soon? Anyway, according to him, the tension between the characters was keeping the fans interested, and they kept tuning in. And I mean, he wasn't wrong. I love the show, but one of the biggest things that I waited for was the big Eddie and Jamie reveal. Still, I've gotta say, Will Estes is a devious guy, trying to keep us all in the dark to keep the fans interested.
Gotta go with IAB.
Even if Witten is returned to full duty, she's not sure she even wants to be a cop. It's that the bad is far outweighing the good.
Not for everyone. Not for you.
His big fear was that if the romance was confirmed, the tension would die and Eddie and Jamie's characters would be dead in the water. Now, I don't understand why he thought this, but after seeing how much the fans love the romance, the guy's changed his mind. As far as Vanessa Ray is concerned, she's also made some comments regarding Selleck, but they haven't been negative, or even about the Jamco ship. No, her take on this whole thing has just been very friendly and respectful, and why wouldn't they be? I mean, it's not like Tom's trying to mess with what the fans want. The guy's allowed to have an opinion, for crying out loud. Anyway, she may not have responded to Tom's skepticism about the romance, but she did talk about how important the man was for the show. Pretty much what I said before. He is to Blue Bloods what Costner was to Yellowstone. Plus, guys, as I said, Tom wasn't the only one against this romance. Even Will Estes was initially opposed to it. So why should anyone have to make a specific response to the opinions of any one cast member? Also, did you guys know that apparently we're the only ones that wanted to see this ship sail? I mean, it's not just the cast. Even the production behind the show didn't want to commit to this romance. Yeah, someone very high up behind the scenes was also initially against it. And when I say high up, that's not an exaggeration. I mean high up, guys. Like at the very top of this whole thing. That's right, I'm talking about Kevin Wade, the showrunner himself. He was pretty much on the same page as Tom when it came to this romance, and he didn't want his show to become something it wasn't. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, as much as I love the romance,
We're back at the scene of the crime. Why?
Can you get the truck for me?
I wouldn't want to lose the focus on the police work and crime solving at all, and I'm sure most fans agree. Anyway, luckily for us, despite his reservations, Wade decided to commit to the romance between Eddie and Jamie, but he's made sure that everyone knows that the show won't be focusing on that so much as the actual Reagan clan and their work. That was a breakdown of Tom Selleck's thoughts on the Eddie and Jamie pairing on Blue Bloods.